Rushmere was a kind of a quiet place. At the time I grew up, it only had 2 stores. And the one store was a 2-story store, and they were side by side. Mr. Benton Felton, he ran the store, him and his wife. And the store next door was ran by a lady we used to call Miss May Scott. And I remember we would go up there. I was small, and Mama would send my sister up there for something. I would go with her. And my fondest memory of the store was the big jars of cookies. And back then, I think they were like, what, a penny or 2, 3, 4 a penny or whatever. And that's one thing I always remember about that store. Before they paved the road, of course, it was a dirt road. So it was a lot of rock throwing, running, dust, everything. It got so muddy that the bus couldn't get down the road. And my youngest sister, who was very short, the dirt had collected that they had scraped to pave the road. And see, we could jump over, but she was about maybe that tall. And I remember the gentleman out there would lift her up over the ditch so she could get home. We had like a field on the side of our house where we used for the football field. Now, I was never very athletic, but a lot of my friends was, so I would always get to play because they had to use our yard for the football game. And snow, if we didn't have gloves, we would just take socks. And we would stay out there until Mama or the different parents would say, y'all been out there long enough. Snow was always a welcome thing because, first of all, it was in school, go school. So growing up down there was always a joy. One of the main things back then, the church was a major center of our lives because most of the activities took there. The youth meetings, you know, we were all little junior ushers in the junior choir, and basically any activity took place at the church. And that's where the whole community kids, we would meet up for different things. First Gravel Hill Baptist Church, which I'm proud to say is still active today. There was nothing more beautiful than waking up, going down there in the summer and spring, seeing that sun rise up over that water. And they're out there in the boat and the water and all that. So that's one of my fondest memories. And you know, the different watermen, everybody knew everybody. And for most men, that was their second job, which really brought in a lot extra income to support families, build homes, and all that type of thing. Matter of fact, some of that money Daddy made from fishing helped educate us. One of the goals that my father had when he became a member of the Board of Supervisors in '75, he defeated an incumbent who had been there for many years. And one of the goals that he had early on in his administration, which lasted about 30 years, he wanted to make sure that some of the African American community roads were kept or brought up to standards as some of the other roads. So a lot of dirt roads in the Hardy district got paved at that time. I think he would appreciate the growth and the industry and the versatility and, you know, all the different people that's coming in that's bringing all sorts of backgrounds and things that are very positive and industrious here. Now, I think we still like the sereneness of rural life, you know, but growth is a good thing because we still have enough land in Isle of Wight to keep it kind of rural. The only thing that comes to mind that really gives me a lot of joy, my sister was the only one of us that had children. Her son is getting ready to retire from the military, and her daughter has her own business and her own family, that type of thing. Well, one thing that really gives me joy is that they spent a lot of time here when my parents were living, and they loved this place as much as I did. They just love Isle of Wight, and they love here because of the fond memories. So I think that gives me a sense of joy at that, because the property that we own was purchased by my dad's maternal grandfather. So when I counted it up, once they take over, that land has been in our family for 5 generations. That's one thing that gives me a sense of joy.